Hi, I'm Pauline Harrison from the Fintech Times, and I'm here at PAY360 with Anant Patel. Anant, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic. So obviously you are the president of ConnexPay. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your role and what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Sure. Okay, so first of all, my name's Anant Patel. I'm the president of international markets for ConnexPay, and I'm here for the global expansion of our fantastic solution out of the US.
Fantastic. So I'd love to know a little bit more about ConnexPay's technology.
Sure.
And how it reduces payment risk and lower merchant fees as well for businesses.
Sure. Well, in true essence, Polly, our solution simply connects payments. And what we do is we believe that there is a frictionless and more efficient way of acquiring transactions and issuing transactions and making a payment possible from end to end. Let me give you a perfect example. We have a lot of travel companies who we work with. And Polly, you book a holiday on a travel website. We want to be able to acquire that transaction for you and for that company and be able to actually instantly, in real time, pay the suppliers for it. So if that means you've just booked a hotel in Istanbul, we want to be able to pay that supplier in Istanbul through the third-party intermediary. So we simply connect payments, and we do it frictionlessly with one contract, one implementation, and one team supporting and managing it.
Amazing. That all sounds fantastic. And I guess, tell us more about your recent growth investment from FTV.
Sure.
How does that support the international expansion plans?
Yeah, really exciting. So first of all, in Q4, Q3 of last year, FTV led the investment of $110 million into our business. And it truly is around growth. And not that our existing investors didn't participate, they all participated in our growth of our business. But there are two key reasons why FTV and the board members invested into our business. One was around international expansion, hence myself and growing our business and seeing what we can do outside the US. And the second thing was to enhance the platform and the solution for international expansion as well as global expansion within the US as well. So we're extremely excited to have received the $110 million last year, which probably brings ConnexPay to about $145 million of total investment ever since our growth, and that was a Series C investment round.
Amazing, so a very exciting time for you at the moment.
Yes.
Fantastic stuff. And I guess, so how does ConnexPay's platform automate the reconciliation process for businesses? What benefits does this provide for your clients?
Okay, great question. So if I was to give you an example of what happens in a typical transaction pre-ConnexPay, there is actually distinctly two transactions. There is you making a payment in, and there is the ability for your travel agent or customer and your business that you're working with to make a payment to their supplier. And what you actually find is they're not connected. So there's a lot of friction between a process which we can make frictionless. But the reconciliation is the amount of data that allows us to connect your transaction to buy your holiday to the transaction that's actually been paid out on behalf of yourself to the suppliers, to the hotels, to the airlines, to other people. So we truly see that the intermediary market, especially within travel and media and other places, are taking people's money in and wanting to make payments out. So the whole reconciliation is the seamless modern technology that we have that is globally and expandable to allow that data to be passed through and allow our customers to easily upload reconciliation data within it.
Yeah. It's all about removing friction, right? Like that's almost the biggest bugbear of a payment, how to make it as frictionless as you can.
Exactly. Polly, it's about removing friction. It's about becoming invisible as a payment provider. So in the US, we do up to $10 billion of volume a year. And the more invisible we are in that process, the more excited our customers are and our partners are because they're removing friction and to make it frictionless and it's seamless. That is extremely critical, and that's the growth of where we're at.
There's a fantastic quote. I can't remember who said it, but it applies really well, I think, to payments, which if you've done something right, people will barely notice at all.
I 100% agree with you, Polly, and that's exactly where we are. And we do that every day for our customers in the US to make it as seamless, frictionless, and as visible as possible. But we are simply connecting payments on pay in and pay out.
Amazing stuff. So I guess thinking about B2B payments then, how can innovations like buy now, pay later or virtual cards, how can they be adapted to the B2B payment space from the consumer space?
Great question, Polly. As we've all noticed, there's been a significant amount of innovation in the C2B space, right? Consumer finance, consumer fintechs. There's been a significant amount of innovation that's happened within those worlds for fintechs. What we find is a lot of those innovations can easily be transported into the B2B space. And we find that, making a payment, we want it to be as seamless and easy as possible. What we also find is that actually, since our solution has the ability to connect payments, we're actually helping our customers who are businesses make payments in the most efficient and effective way. So we're seeing a significant amount of C2B innovations driving B2B innovations. And the virtual card is actually one step in that process. What we know, Polly, is when you talk to the big networks like MasterCard and Visa, they talk about the size of B2B payments being between 50 trillion and 130 trillion dollars. Whichever way the wind blows for that scheme that day, but it's in the trillions and trillions of dollars. And the ability that says that it's inefficient in its true execution is so high that the most efficient payments are probably less than 1%, if not even less than 0.5% of that. So the only way is up to drive out inefficiencies, to drive more value in, and to actually see that grow. So virtual cards is a great way of driving innovation. It's a great way of reducing risk for our customers because a card is a card. Virtual card, physical plastic, you have the same rights when things go wrong as you do in a physical plastic in a consumer world as well.
Amazing stuff. And I guess, so what makes ConnexPay different from everyone else? How do you stay ahead of your competitors?
Oh, great question, Polly. Well, I think the first thing is focus on the customer, not competitors. And I think we listen to our customers regularly. We truly believe in a customer-centric way of thinking. So our customers tell us our innovations. But there are a number of other things I'd say which make us and stand us out and make sure that we keep winning every day. We have a modern technology platform. So we're not stuck down with technical debts that other bigger organizations may have. We have the ability to innovate and innovate at speed. So we're able to send releases and do releases of our new platform when a customer asks for changes, daily, weekly, quarter, whatever's actually required. And as we are customer-centric and we're innovative in our way of doing things, our culture drives us to ensure that we're always one step ahead. So we keep listening to the customer gives us then feedback, we actually look to innovate on behalf of them. So we stay ahead of our competitors by listening to our customers.
And I think that's the best way to do it, right?
Yeah.
It's always keep the customer in the focus.
Absolutely. And we must be aware of our competitors always, but actually we're also knowing, consciously aware that actually we want to win the hearts and minds of our customers every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've already shared with us some fantastic examples of how ConnexPay works. But do you have any other, case studies or specific businesses who benefited from your platform?
Okay, yeah, great question. So there's a few things I can say there. So we are very, very, very heavily in the travel industry. And the main reason why is because there are a lot of intermediaries in the travel industry, like the Booking.coms, the Expedias of the world, the lastminute.coms of the world. And a lot of consumers are now moving their buying habits to online. That's a combination of, unfortunately, COVID, but that's also a combination of just the new way of the world and everything happening. So we're seeing far more uptake in online payments and people looking for experiences of package holidays. And a package holiday, by definition, is I'm buying this holiday, but it probably involves a flight, it probably involves a hotel, it probably involves ground transportation. And we're finding that actually our customers are taking your money, Polly, to book that flight, but they've got to make instant payments everywhere else in real time. So we have the ability, as we said, to take your transaction in, to send a payment out to the suppliers for our customers, and do that all in real time. And if you think about the travel industry itself, and actually we are all consumers of it, it's actually gone from strength to strength. And post-COVID, the people that want to enjoy experiences, the pent-up demand has not diminished. We're still seeing the rise of more and more people wanting to have experiences of holidays. So the biggest thing we do is help and grow with our customers as they grow. And that's really exactly what we're focusing on. You can look at other industries as well where they take consumers' money and then they do other things. So another example I'll give is Uber. Uber Eats takes your money when you book at a restaurant and they've got to pay a restaurant. So there's always the intermediary world where this can be applied, and it's the data, it's the real-time ability, it's the risk reduction and the reconciliation, which is critical to success.
Amazing stuff. And I guess sort of on the other hand then, what are some of the challenges on the sort of payments landscape that are maybe on the horizon for ConnexPay that you're going to have to deal with?
So actually, Polly, I think there's 2 or 3 things that come to my mind. The first thing is fraud. And I think that fraudsters are getting smarter, and fraud is moving more and more online. So we're seeing the rise of fraud, or the rise of attempted fraud. So that's one area that we really must be careful of as an industry to help ensure that we're driving down fraud and driving out fraudsters. So that's one element. The second element that really comes to my mind is around cash flow. So a lot of customers that we work with, cash is king. And the more cash you have in your account, there's not a CFO that I've met that says, no, don't worry about cash. Every single customer worries about cash. Our solution helps drive the benefit of cash flow by actually allowing customers to make payments before they receive their money, because we have a unique model that allows it to happen. So our customers don't see a dip in cash flow to make payments for your hotel in Istanbul. What we actually see is the ability to actually make it happen. But the third thing, and very dear to my heart, is the whole ESG, D&I things. I truly believe there's a lot more things we need to do, and I worry about what's happening in that space of watch outs, which is, I think we look in technology and there's sub 5% of people are female in technology. We look and we see we need to have more diversity across the payments industry. It is fantastic being here at PAY360 and seeing the amount of diversity in this room, but it's still not enough. And I think there's a lot more we can do as a team. So their watch outs for me very much around fraud, cash flow, and making sure that we're more evenly distributed and we focus on D&I, because that's really important to the growth of our industry.
Yeah, absolutely, and I completely agree with that. I guess finally then, looking ahead, what can we expect to see from ConnexPay over the next months, years or so? What's in store?
Well, Polly, I think first of all, we have just launched in Europe, which is fantastic.
Amazing.
And what that actually means is we now allow our customers in Europe to pay their suppliers in a Great British Pound currency or a Euro currency. So what should you expect, Polly? First of all, you should expect a lot of our customers growing and being happy with us. That's the first thing you should expect. Other things you'd expect is our customers are already providing us feedback on what they want to see from us. They want to see other currencies because they want to pay their supplier in the Middle East. They want to pay their hotel in Thailand. They want to pay their hotels in Australia. So they're asking us for the right currencies and the right card products to do it. But what I go back to as well, Polly, say we simply connect payments. Our dream and vision is to connect payments. But what we also want to do is actually provide our customers with the ability to make the choice of payout they want. If it's a virtual card, great. If it's a bank transfer through the likes of TransferMate or Currency Cloud or someone else, our customers are asking for this. So I think you should look out for us having non-virtual card solutions that help our customers, but you should also look at a significant number of more currencies and watch our global expansion grow, and we'll take it all on.
Amazing. Well, I really look forward to seeing that all play out. But Anant, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you today.
Thank you so much for your time, Polly.